I'm here with our first video review. We now start off with the conclusions to our Spring Offshore season 2020. A little bit late, I must say. But there you go, this is the way things go. Our first film is a classic from 1969 that all viewers should watch. Shaw Brothers, directed by Chang Che, starring T. Lung, David Chang, Li Jing and Ku Feng. The film, Half Sword, Will Travel. So, to bear, Chang Che delivers a blistering ride of suspicion and now bonding in his heroic bloodshed film, which stars his two favourite actors, the happy-go-lucky David Chang and the imposing T. Lung. Both here looking remarkably young in this 1969 action film. The story, one of friendship, admiration and greed. There's nothing like a bit of greed to get the blood flowing. One trusted leader of a security company and famed invincible martial artist, Lord Yin, loses his martial arts ability. He becomes worried. I would be worried. And his annual promise to the government to transport millions in gold to the capital may be at risk. Rumour has it that a band of thieves known as the Flying Tiger Stockade are set and planning to rob the transport. He agrees to do the job without letting on about his disadvantage and sends word for help. Xingding and Yung Pao Pao are his saviours as they travel forth to meet Lord Yin and help out the transport. Li Yu, David Chang, is travelling vagabond with a deadly sword who stumbles across a tower to rest in but is driven out by a bunch of suspicious looking men led by Chow Hong of the Flying Tigers. Finally, a chance meeting of Lu Yu and Xingding and Yun Pao Pao near the tower arise suspicions in Xingding about Lu Yu's intentions. The three part ways after showing of skill of the sword. Half Sword Will Travel is a film that builds up to a climactic scene. Lu Yu is a man who just wants to get to his destination of Luyang and find work to feed himself and his trusty horse. He's a man who requires little to survive, but likes to keep his dignity while doing so. Xingding, on the other hand, is dutiful to his job and loyal to Yun Pao Pao, his future wife. In the battle of wits which occurs between the two men that endangers them the most when they should be looking elsewhere. Future meetings between the men arise, more suspicions, and there's no doubt that Xingding is more concerned about the effect of Lu Yu has on Yung Pao Pao and it's most evident that jealousy is rife, even though Lee and Yun have done nothing more than share a staring, glazing glance. At a little over 100 minutes, the running time is no slouch, but this constant battle of mind between the two men carries the film to its end. But in the end, it's the final scene, with the flying tigers attack. The transport on Shunding and Yun Bao Bao must help defend Li and Yun and the gold, ambushed at the very place they were weary of. A striking but golden tower. And here's the viewers of martial arts films will go, blow me! As the battle ensues around the tower and Shundong and Yun Bao Bao fight off legions of flying tigers, it is Lu Yu who comes to their defense. But it's when you enter the tower, you realize you're watching a scene out of Game of Death, a film that had not even been made yet. The fight ensues up the tower, to where Chung Hao is waiting, and Shundong fights his way through swarms of fighters. Swarms of fighters everywhere. They're really getting too much. He fights them to the top. The variety of weapons on show is quite outstanding, from the use of opening swords, which turn into spears. I don't have one of those here. Chained like throwing knives? No, not at hand here. And so much more. But it's when David Chang enters to help that the whole Game of Death scenario comes to mind. Now here's taken from the scenes that Bruce Lee shot, and outtake scenes that were taken out of the film's cut. Bruce Lee's story had James Tin himself climbing the tower to rescue his girlfriend. It's those takes which amount to 20 minutes that you'll find the connection. Shun Ning's character would be Bruce Lee. Lu Yu would be James Tin. Some of the styles and mannerisms are very close. Half Sword Will Travel is a must-see film, if only to see how Chang Che came up with the end scene 3 years before Bruce Lee filmed his footage of James Tin and himself. So did Bruce Lee watch Half Sword Will Travel and thought, I could use that? Once again, the mastery of Chang Che shines through in what for 1969 is quite a bloodthirsty film. Look, I've got a dead man on the floor there. There's lots of splatter and untold injuries, and the characters entail only to keep on fighting. Half Sword Will Travel is an heroic bloodshed film, in its rarest form, and to think it stems from the days of Chang Che, and the term has not even been created yet. This is our first review of Video Style. This is the Snake signing off. We'll be back with more reviews like this on Kicking and Julies.